Starting.
Okay. Recording?
Yes, we're recording.
Oh boy. So this is Gamer7 episode 2.
Yep, I'm Jeremy.
I'm Justin. And yeah, so
Today we're going to be talking about several different things, including my view of Project A-Co, the latest Mass Effect DLC and its trailer.
and we're going right back into Devil May Cry because apparently we just can't drop that because the demo released.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, you want to start off with the news?
Yeah, let's do the news first and then
Okay,
we'll get
let's start
into
with the
our
news.
rant of Devil May Cry demo.
Okay. So, what's in the news, my good sir?
Well, as you just mentioned, there's Mass Effect DLC
Yes,
now out.
that we will not be buying until we get a definitive change to the Mass Effect ending. Not that I hated it, it just needs to change.
I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about it anymore. I just know that I don't really want to buy any more DLC, especially DLC that was supposed to be in the game. Because the Omega plotline was supposed to happen in the game, but then they dropped it because of time constraints.
Yeah, and we get the beginning of it, and we finally get to finish that out.
Yeah, it was,
Okay, well, things I noticed in the trailer was the return of mechs. A little bit improved from the last time you saw them. They had broader shoulders, and their expression instead of 2 dots looked like 2 V's. They looked angry. I thought that's nice. A good little throwback to 2, because the mechs were all over the place in 2. General Oleg, we get to see his face.
well, he was in the comics. But
I never read the comics. I don't go outside of the main source.
I know. I'm just telling you, he was in the comics. When you bought the collector's edition, Mass Effect 3 came with a comic. That was the first volume of what happens Daria, leading to her being stuck.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I have that.
So
I
he
just
was in
never
it.
Cracked it open.
Yeah, he was in it. So
Okay, well. That's
so now
nice.
he's in digital form.
Yeah, and he's not that impressive in my opinion.
He might be a better character. I didn't read much of the comics. So.
We hear him say 3 names, 3 lines. I don't know what they were. I just know I can't place the accent. Okay, female Turians are finally in the game.
Yeah.
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 And they're mostly covered up, so you can't really see what they look like.
Their face looks too human.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with designing aliens, is that you have to have them...
You don't have to.
Yes, you do.
It's called pandering.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's why we have a human catalyst. That's why we don't have anything set back in the beginning before humans showed up in the Mass Effect universe.
But the point is, it just looks silly.
You have to have you have to have... Aliens have to have sex appeal. It's true.
No. Not everything. The queen alien in Aliens is not sexy.
You don't know that. It was named by H.R. Geiger. There's tons of phallic and vaginal references all over that creature.
I get that, but it's still not sexy. It might be sexual,
yeah,
but it's not sexy. But
it might be.
No, to the point is they're
and that specific alien was not designed to be a human counterpart. That is an animal, an angry, evil animal.
No, I think it looks too fucking silly.
Okay. Well, you should feel happy that they didn't make the female Krogan look more human.
That would have been way too fucking dumb. Make them skinny and stuff. Oh, I would have punched someone in the face.
Yep. Just be glad that they did that with the female Krogan. They made it look like a Krogan.
Well, I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe one of these new female Turians will be a new crew member that you can romance, or maybe Garrus will romance since you take Tali from him. Oh, okay.
I don't give a crap. Moving on.
Okay, that short little edit in the Mass Effect trailer that makes it look like Aria is about to drag Shepard into her face for a kiss. What do you think of that?
I don't have any opinion of it.
You don't have any opinion?
I don't have any opinion of this whole game anymore. Like, I'm done on Mass Effect.
Really?
More or less,
You've been killed on Mass Effect?
More or less.
Oh.
Just EA has just been overdoing this whole DLC stuff, and like I don't know. I might play another game when it comes out, but with 3, there's almost no reason I'm going to go back.
Really?
Yes.
No reason whatsoever?
No reason.
Wow.
Yep.
That shocks and appalled. I'm shocked and appalled, sir.
I have a Mass Effect Xbox, so
I
yes.
know you. No, you have. Yes.
I have a Mass Effect 1 Xbox.
Yes,
it's completely decked out. I love Mass Effect. I can never play 3. I'm so tired of the complaints of the ending, which I, partly agree with, but at the same time, some of it's dumb. The fact that so many people complained and bitched and, were tried to get EA as the worst company ever made and all this other pandering shit to I guess, yell at EA for everything. Which led
EA is the devil.
Yes, which led to the 2 creators of BioWare and everything that made them awesome to leave because they were like, fuck the game industry, it's filled with a bunch of babies. So they went off to go pursue their passions, like making beer, which I guess is better than being yelled at.
Oh, imagine if they make Mass Effect themed beer.
It's just all this crap. I'm so tired. Like, whenever anything pops up of Mass Effect on the internet, it's never positive anymore.
That's true.
And I am personally, like, interested in something new because apparently there's a new trilogy or a new game coming out. I want to see what it is because if it's different and we can move away from what happened and start anew, then I might go back. But where it stands, I can't even put in the game disc without getting upset.
Well, you and I are boycotting the DLC until they change the ending to make it more satisfying.
Well, it's just like
to prove that indoctrination theory you and I both love.
Well, because as far as we know, it is true because all of the creators have even made like little sly comments within their Twitter.
I've read what they said. They don't confirm
or deny it, but they don't deny it in the way that they do it.
The absence of proof is not the proof of absence, and the same thing goes with something being there.
I guess maybe the biggest issue with us is that we can't not believe it's the indoctrination theory, because if it's not, then that means that all of the writers really suck and they have no clue what they're doing. If it's the indoctrination theory, it's the greatest story ever told because it literally just pulled the fucking sheet over our heads. So that's probably why we're so hateful of it until it gets changed, because we can't believe that BioWare would make an extremely terrible ending to a game that had 2 really good setups.
Yeah, 2 really good setups. And the game up until the ending was fantastic. The ending itself is not as bad as people are saying. It's not satisfying, but there are tons of endings to things that aren't satisfying. At least it wasn't sequel begging.
No, I knew that.
Yeah.
It ended.
Yeah. Fucking done.
Yeah, no, and I'm fine with that. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that was done. Nothing where like, well, I mean, maybe it's kind of sequel bagging with the whole
bagging.
Sorry.
Yeah.
With the whole if you do the destruction ending and you see Shepard breathing in the rubble.
Yeah, but that's DLC baiting. It's completely
You don't know that. We haven't seen what this new game is.
Okay, him taking a breath. Let's talk about him taking a breath right now. He's surrounded by concrete and rebar. I'm pretty sure the Reapers didn't build the Citadel out of concrete and rebar.
Again, everyone's already beaten this down. The dude's back on Earth.
Yes.
He never went there.
He can't survive two. Okay, 1, a giant explosion.
I know.
The epicenter of a giant explosion.
I know.
And falling through the atmosphere onto a planet. There's no way he can survive.
Well, he didn't survive the last time.
I know. There's no way there'd be anything left of him this time. Okay. Again, and like you said, he didn't survive last time. He would be dead. They'd have to completely Lazarus Project him again. There's no way he's going in the middle of concrete
after falling from space.
After surviving an explosion and falling from space.
The Lazarus Project was meant to bring him back, but the stuff inside him doesn't reanimate every single time he dies.
In fact, the more angry he gets, the more it tries to kill him. That's what his facial scars are.
So let's say if you're super freaking good, there might be a chance you survive, but it's in the point zero so infinitely far back.
Not to mention actually killing the Reapers counts as
yeah,
renegade.
Yeah. But let's face it, if you were renegade and picked the destroy ending, you're dead. You're cinders.
You're whatever those cybernetic implants are.
Yeah,
those are just what's.
That's what's left. The cybernetic implants just hit the ground. What are these? I don't know.
Okay, moving on in the news. What else is in the news, sir?
Binding of Isaac's getting a console remake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's freaking awesome. I love Binding of Isaac's. As soon as I can, I plan on doing a Let's Play of Binding of Isaac because that game is so much fun, and I still haven't beaten Mom.
What's wrong with you?
Hey. You started without the DLC, which you have admitted makes the game so much harder that you haven't beaten Mom since.
No, I have.
You have?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
Well, suck a dick.
Before then, I did it, but then I finally did.
Okay.
And it felt badass.
Okay. I have yet to kill Mom because I've only played with the DLC. I can get to the depths, and I even made it to the womb for the first time the other day, but I got killed by laser eyes. That's not cool.
Alright, so the remake is supposed to be 16-bit art style as opposed to the Flash-based. It's being done it's being done by a completely different group. I forget their name. The original creator basically said, as long as you guys do everything and I don't have to deal with the business side of it, then we're good. Because that man hates business stuff.
It's going to include a second expansion, which wouldn't work for the Flash version.
Yeah, and co-op.
Couch co-op. Something we didn't think we were missing until it was announced.
Yep. So far as we know that it's coming to the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation Vita and the Wii U potentially. Apparently he tried to get it on the either the 3DS or the Wii originally, the Flash version.
Yeah. And
they turned it down, including I know they definitely did that for what was his game before that? Super Meat Boy. He really wanted Super Meat Boy on the Wii, and they wouldn't let it. So. But it sounds Nintendo just being annoying.
Well, it seems
Super Meat
Boy seems like it would work on the Wii.
That was the whole idea. That's why he wanted it on there. Yeah, I know. Nintendo. It sounds like Nintendo's a bit more interested in this one, despite its content. Though then again, with the Wii U really trying to pander to the hardcore,
and trying to get away from the kid-friendly, family-friendly.
Yeah, and that's the idea.
Scene that the Wii established Nintendo to be, because while you can make money there, hardcore gamers want, if they buy your Wii, they're not going to buy many games for it. I haven't bought a Wii game in forever.
I don't even have a Wii, and I have like 5 Wii games left.
Yeah, I think I only have like 3 Wii games left, and those are ones I just love too much to get rid of.
No More Heroes 1 and 2.
No More Heroes 1 and 2, and I think everything on my Virtual Console. That's it.
So, yeah, no word yet on Microsoft. I assume that they'll bite the bullet because they made a crap ton of money
with Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy.
They better, because that's my preferred gaming console right now.
It is mine too, but thankfully my girlfriend has a PS3, so that won't prevent me.
It won't prevent us.
Yeah, from playing it. It just means it won't be on our preferred console.
Yeah, we'll be like, ooh. And it's a twin-stick shooter. Both those sticks are in the same place.
There's actually some images out that
really
Edmund released on his Twitter. They're proof of concept. He had 4 different screens where he's like, what version do you guys like the most? And we'll probably post them up on here to show people. They're really cool. There's one that's a bit more like really 16-bit, like it came straight from a Super Nintendo onto your thing, really blocky and stuff. There's ones that's 16-bit but really smooth, so it looks a bit more like the Flash animation. He has different heart systems and stuff with each one.
Oh, so that's pretty cool.
There's different item placements and stuff. So like what you have equipped to you and stuff are in different areas and stuff.
I don't know about that. I always liked it being in the pause menu.
No, I'm talking about like if you if you picked up like a card.
Okay.
The inactive items that just sit.
Yeah, okay.
Or the thing that you use the space bar, your actual item.
Yeah, your space bar item.
Swoop the whoop or whatever.
Shoop the whoop
or
I
whatever.
love the yum heart and the unicorn horn.
Unicorn horn's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm excited. It's supposed to potentially be slated out for sometime next year. Obviously, they're just starting on it, so there's no. It's in its baby steps.
Baby steps, people.
Baby steps. Okay. So let's talk about something we're also really pissed off about besides Mass Effect. The Bioshock Infinite Box.
Oh god, I was so excited for that.
Well, the game's still gonna probably be good, but that box art's crummy as hell.
You know, box art is what every gamer judges something by.
I know it's our stamp of approval whether or not the game's worth it. Yeah. And the uglier the box art, the more we hate it.
Oh my god, it's the stupid. If you haven't seen it, it's
chin down, eyes up.
Chin down, eyes up. Looking away from the camera with. Is it a silhouette filled with the American flag, or is it the American flag in the background?
I think it's the American flag in the background.
Okay, you'll see it. We can't right now.
It's just so silly. Yeah. And he's holding the shotgun all retarded over his shoulder.
Why?
People were joking about how the fact that the way he's holding the trigger is like completely inaccurate. He'll like blow his finger will get ripped off from the recoil.
I don't think he's gonna be shooting it that way.
God knows he might be. Our hero isn't very smart, folks.
Yeah, he does. God.
He looks like a terrible crossover of like Nathan Drake and like a bunch of other like. Okay, here's my biggest thing that a lot of people have been bringing up. Why are we seeing box art to a character we're never gonna look at?
True.
In the original BioShock, we had a Big Daddy because that is the face of BioShock.
Yeah,
that
it should be the songbird or maybe that
the girl, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Elizabeth. I think.
There you go.
Yeah, or maybe that big mechanical butler.
Something
comparable to the BioShock franchise.
You remember when Game Informer launched BioShock Infinite stuff? Remember they had those newspaper
they had several different covers.
They should have just used something like that.
I know
that would have looked really cool. I mean, you could have easily just ripped one of the Game Informer covers, any of them. I'll take any of them over this. Put it over there, slap the name, and I wouldn't care. I'd be like, cool,
brilliant,
cool,
brilliant.
I have no idea what this game is, but it looks cool.
Just not standard shooter affair. BioShock should not be a standard shooter. It
shouldn't
never
be
has
classified.
Been.
Well, the second one kind of felt like it.
No, I don't feel like that one. Well,
I didn't like the second one.
Well, with the multiplayer, it definitely felt like a stupid standard
Why'd
shooter.
they even put that in?
But let's not even talk about where BioShock 2 failed, okay?
Everywhere.
Yeah, okay, you're a big daddy. You should feel like a big daddy.
I felt like the dude in the first game without the suit.
The dude in the first game was tougher than Delta. I'm serious too. You'd be like, shotgun blast, grenades. I'm okay though. And then boom, everything's dead. I feel good. Let me take some stims. With Delta, you're like, shotgun blast, I'm dead.
I hated the fact that you get the drill arm and it has fuel.
Of course it has fuel.
But, like, it used up way too quickly.
I know, but even doing the drill arm, like, just smacking somebody with it did the exact same amount of damage. So just melee attack. Like, use it as the wrench, not as a gun. Be like, whoosh, whoosh. The drill did a constant amount of damage. Never once did I feel like the drill was necessary to be turned on.
I just didn't like the second game.
I know you didn't like the second game.
I wanted to like it. I was excited for it.
I know.
I'm upset at myself.
As you should be. But it's not as bad as you're making it out. I still own it. You owned it for a short period of time, and you played my copy for a while.
Yeah, I was trying to find something good in it. I couldn't every time.
I know.
But yeah, no, so the Infinite looks really good. It seems interesting. The trailers make it out to be like insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like jumping out of a window and then clamping onto some hook rail, then swinging around like a madman, then jumping off the hook rail and using your superpowers to launch people in the air and make them explode.
Oh, and you now have Elizabeth for certain areas. I don't know if she's gonna be. I don't think she's gonna be in the entire game.
I don't know. She seems to be that damsel in distress. We'll see.
No, because she can help you.
I'm talking about
in
terms
of. Did you ever see the
of
10-minute gameplay trailer?
Yeah, and I assume she gets yanked away, and you got to go rescue her. Then she becomes helpful again, and she gets yanked.
But at least she's not, useless when she's hanging out with you.
No, I know that, but she's still the damsel in distress trope.
Okay, it's easy to make games about a damsel in distress, and you know it.
I know, but I don't want people to go the easy route, especially with a company that I know can do better. Because Irrational Games is the guys who made the first Bioshock, and they made their own little section of area. They made their own development studio as opposed to just sticking with 2K.
Okay.
So yes, so I know that they could do something different. I mean, the second game, my biggest probably complaint is that it wasn't made by the guys, so it felt like a Chinese knockoff of Bioshock. They took all the ingredients that they knew made Bioshock, but then they used an inferior machine to print out Bioshock, and we got Bioshock 2.
Yeah.
And so I know that these guys can do better. Maybe I'm just being stupid, and from what I see, it gets better. And like maybe I won't again. But this is just my assumption because everyone assumes
your princess is in another castle. Your princess will be there. She'll help out for a little while, and the songbird or the giant mechanical butler guy will come and take her away.
And then she'll be in another castle. But no, Bioshock looks good. I don't know if it's going to be a day one purchase, but
definitely not.
But I'll definitely.
I didn't even buy Bioshock 2 on day one purchase. I waited until it was $16, and I felt like I overpaid, but I didn't get rid of it.
A lot of people didn't buy Bioshock 2. You have no idea how many limited editions there still were. I think there still is limited editions that you can get under. Yeah, you can get for under $60 now.
Yeah. I'll definitely make that purchase. I want that LP.
Everyone wants that LP. So yeah, no. I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything else in the news that captivated us to wanting to talk about it.
I think that might be the end of the news, which brings us to our next segment.
Because we can't leave it alone.
Devil May Cry. That is a good fucking demo.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it, but I already knew I was going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, I guess a lot of people have been complaining, and I don't really see it.
Yeah, I don't see the problems. Okay, you have your human weapon, your demon weapon, and your angel weapon, and it's all a matter of technique, speed, or strength. That's what it is. It's what it came down to.
There's things about it that I really felt weren't amazing, like no lock-on feature. I thought that seems to be I mean, the game did a really good job of knowing where I wanted to put my attacks. There was a couple times where I was frustrated, and I feel like maybe in harder difficulties, like the one where Dante can die in one hit, but all
Son of Sparta.
No, there's more difficulties.
Oh yeah, but
Son of Sparta was only the only one that we got in the demo.
I know which one you're talking about.
The one where you die one hit, but the enemies don't.
Dude. Oh.
There's one where you die in one hit, but the enemies don't. You have to treat them like full-on enemies. It is scary.
That does seem scary.
And in the other games, it was really hard. It was the test to prove whether or not you're a true gamer, which I was not.
No. Now I've never beaten it.
Yeah, so a lot of people are worried that without a lock-on system, that mode is going to be insanely hard.
Not really, because the dodge mechanic worked really well, and if something's charging up an attack, you can grab it, and it'll break its attack. It's not hard to imagine a Devil May Cry game without a lock-on feature. I mean, hell, in 3, I didn't even know there was a lock-on feature until well after my third playthrough.
No, let's see here. What else? There's something else that... The trigger system is really weird. It's not
It's not impossible, but it definitely takes some getting used to.
Yeah, no, after about my 4th or 5th time of playing the demo to really get the system down, see if whether or not I was, clouded vision or not, or if it actually wasn't good. No, once you keep playing it, it feels natural. You remember what triggers do what.
Used to it. It's like switching between 2 driving games.
Yeah,
it's like switching between
like Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, and then Forza.
Yeah, a Need for Speed and a Forza game.
Super arcadey, and then it completely simulation.
Yeah, it just takes some getting used to.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It worked really well. I kind of like the whole switching the controls, switches the weapon, because it seemed a lot easier to pop out combos, because I would bring out my Heaven thing. I'd do Heaven attacks, and I'd go back and do Rebellion, then launch them into the air, shoot them with normal, like with my pistols, then cut back into doing, pull out the giant axe and do the other damage. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I liked being able to pull enemies or kick them away with the abilities. It worked. It flowed well. Let's see here. What did other people hate? Other people hated the dialogue.
Oh, dialogue's fantastic. It's
a lot of people are saying that it's stupid. They don't like the curse words because Devil May Cry never cursed.
So? This is a young brat Dante.
Yeah, but people can make the argument from cursing. 3 that he didn't curse and stuff.
Who cares?
I guess maybe it's just you and I don't care, because for us, curse words are just curse words.
They have no power.
They have no power, but a lot of people feel like they do. So some people get upset when there's games where people curse a lot, where you and I just sort of like...
Okay, for one thing, it's an M-rated game.
Yeah.
Cursing is to be expected.
None of the Devil May Cries were T, so...
Yeah, so... It's blood, violence, gore, and a bratty little kid at the center of it. Yeah, I think he's entitled to curse at something that just cursed at him.
The boss fight.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm your prom date.
I'm your fucking prom date. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Good stuff.
Sure, it's simple and brain dead, but that's what this game is. I mean, it's turning off... You can turn on your brain, pay attention to everything in the background, and still find it fascinating, but the dialogue is simple. Turn off your brain dialogue.
Like the other games had dialogue that was so important, you just had to sit in front of your screen and go, man, I can't wait.
No, okay, like, dialogue has always been turn off your brain dialogue.
It was never the focus.
Yeah, it's always been the action, fast-paced gameplay.
Like, let's take the plot of 3.
3, yeah.
That was... I couldn't even follow it. It was just too...
Okay. Here's an example of the stupid dialogue in that game. Spank your butt, spank your butt, spank you on the butt. Quote, Jester.
Yes. No, because, like, in that game, you're enjoying pizza, then you get beaten up, so you're not allowed to enjoy your pizza. So you go outside, your house is broke, so now you gotta go.
You totally wrecked my shop, and I haven't even named it yet. What does that have to do with anything?
That's amazing dialogue right there. Right? So then you fight a whole bunch of guys, you keep walking a linear path, you go to the giant spiral thing.
Tim and Gru.
Yes. You go all the way up, you fight your brother, you get your ass kicked, you fall down, you run back up, you kill your brother.
You never kill Virgil.
Well, you take him out, and so then he's no longer an issue.
He's like, I'm staying in the demon world. And then immediately 3 eyes, and it's the Demon King, and you're like, my dad did it, I can. No, you can't.
Yeah, no, because there's nothing at all exciting that happened in that game. The whole reason what made it fun is the over-the-top action. The whole reason why you watch the cutscenes isn't because of the great dialogue or how you totally, are fixated with the characters.
Yeah.
Like you totally, Dante and you guys connect, man. You guys are like the same person, No, the whole reason why you watch is for the insane action, the stupid hokey dialogue, and then occasionally a funny part.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing... All of those games have followed that. In every single, cutscene leading either into another level or a boss fight, it was always just over-the-top action, hokey dialogue, something funny maybe happens, maybe it doesn't, and then you fight.
Yeah. Look, I want to talk about Virgil in Devil May Cry 3. He never seemed threatening.
Well, he's allegedly on your side.
In 3?
No, I'm talking about the new one.
I know,
we're talking about 3?
I'm still talking about 3
Okay, sorry.
Okay. In 3, he didn't seem all that powerful. Because, you fight him 3 times.
You know what?
And
he looked like he looked like an emo douchebag. Like he looks like Dante from this game. Like, come on! The way whenever you see him, his hair's kind of down, and then he goes, and like his hair gets all spiked.
He spiked it up because that's how he wears it. Dante wears his down, he wears his up. But anyway, he never seemed that threatening because you fight him 3 times, and the first time should have been a scripted you lose event.
Yeah. Because
the cutscene immediately after beating him is you losing.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
that's not what was reflected in that fight.
Did you see how much damage I took from? He didn't even scratch me.
Yeah. And then the second time you fight him, I think it's a draw. I don't really remember exactly.
Man, I played it recently.
Yeah, you did. What's wrong with you? Did you beat it recently?
I don't think I beat it on the HD collection. I've beaten it before.
Yeah.
I got like to the last couple levels, and then I got sucked into a different game.
No, okay. You fight him. You're spilling your blood, and then Arkham is like, "Yes, this is what I want. Activate the Timon Negru with the blood of Sparta."
Yeah.
That's right. The fight gets interrupted.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
You get Beowulf from him.
Yeah, Beowulf, and then finally in the last fight you win. That's what it should have been. Dante slowly getting as good as his brother.
But no, I never got that Virgil was an enemy.
Yeah,
like Virgil he was never a threat. He never felt like the villain. Like he was there, and you're supposed to think he's a villain. You're like, what is this crazy spiky haired dude doing?
He's being led by Arkham, who wants to bring back the demons for some reason. Who's got a creepy moving scar for some reason.
So much is explained in that game. Okay, so back to DMC. So yeah, Virgil looks weird in the new one. I mean, he looks like just a normal average guy. If you put him in any video game, you'd assume he was the NPC civilian that walks around.
Yeah,
he doesn't ooze originality, which I will at least give him from 3.
Yeah,
that he. You know that's Virgil. When you look at him, you're like, that's Virgil. Like, then you look at this new guy, you're like, generic dude.
Well, to be fair, he is in hiding.
No, I get that, but I think that's why they gave him that weird mask that's supposed to.
That reminds me of Jester from Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, they gave him that mask to be like that's how you're gonna remember him, not as his generic face when he wears the mask and he's a part of the secret organization to take down the government.
Yeah, he's the leader of the rebellion.
Yeah. The girl seems okay.
I don't get her though. Is she a Nephilim like them?
No, I think she's just one of the higher ups in the group that was looking for you.
Okay, then how come she notices when you go into purgatory? Can see you when you're in purgatory, but doesn't see any of the purgatory stuff.
Again, this is we're in a demo. We can't.
Demo
see everything.
Can still explain little things.
Well, it did. It said like the previously in. Like they kind of gave us like a 5-minute of like little cues that we've missed, which was kind of cool because then we kind of got a more broader idea of the plot. I don't know whether or not the mural paintings that they showed were actually what his mom and dad looked like. Because if that's what his dad looks like.
What happened to Sparta?
Sparta looks like a normal like Ken doll with like little horns. Horns, red horns coming out of his head. He looks weird.
In a game that strives to be very creative, in a game series that strives to be very creative with its demon design, it's so generic.
I assume that's not what they looked like.
It could have just been telling the story. I
get
that.
Because most of the time when people employed that sort of art style, it was very simplistic, like people and stuff.
Well, so also when people used that art style, they used men as women.
Yes, which is not the case in that.
Yeah, this is all freehand art.
No, but I'm still excited for it. Like,
I'm still excited. I'm more excited than I was when I was looking at trailers.
Hey, something. No,
Still
lot of
not
people.
I'm definitely gonna watch you play it. I'm gonna play it myself. I'm not ecstatic about the collectibles.
You didn't like the collectible things?
No, because
I kind of got.
For one thing, I couldn't find them. They weren't obvious.
The game didn't even tell you what they were. I had to guess. I found them though. Yeah,
they don't tell. They're not like floating off somewhere.
Okay, one of them is I'll have to like load in a game to show you. It's there's these guys that are like attached to the wall and they have like arms, like torsos and arms and a head. And it's like they're stuck in a wall.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of them all throughout the thing. Those are collectibles. You have to kill them. You have to find, because some of them are
I
like...
would slash at those things and they wouldn't die.
You had to keep slashing at them. They eventually pop.
It takes forever. You're going to get a D on your time.
That's... Okay. The collectibles stay. When you go back to a level, you don't have to recollect them.
Okay.
So the idea is you go through one run collecting all the collectibles, then you do a speed run, and then there's your time.
Okay. Maybe.
It encourages multiple playthroughs without you having to do everything in the playthrough.
Okay.
Little bit by little bit, which I think is cool. Obviously, some of the purists are still going to be like, call foul, like, no, I used to be able to do all of that in one playthrough.
Let me ask you something. I didn't really do that much exploring. And I did a lot. I did see a heaven door and a demon door, but I didn't see how to get to them.
There's keys.
Okay. Are those secret missions like in the first 3 games? You know, like there would be a red mark on
More or less inside they give you a thing. In the first level, there was one where you have to get from one place to another within a time limit using the little, zip line hook thing. Yeah. So basically just a run through. There was 2. And I can't remember the other one.
It seems like a blue door would be like a skill challenge, and a red door would be like a combat challenge.
Something like that. When you go fight the boss, there's actually another door right before you fight her.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, if you walk right to the end where the opening is, if you look to that side, there was a door.
That explains why there were collectibles in that level.
You have to get the key in the previous demo. Apparently keys can move over to other levels. And if you find the key that you need for that door, then you go down, and that one was was an actual combat challenge where it was you have to kill an X number of enemies while they're in air. So you have to launch them in the air and then you have to beat them up so that they break.
The juggling system works a lot better than it ever did, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty much exactly like 4, which is what we praised for, the whole grapple mechanic.
It seemed like 4 with improvements, and I like that.
But in the end, no matter what happens to this game, it can never be as bad as 2, so that's fine.
That is fine.
That's where it comes down to. Everyone's complaining.
Creating a reboot does get rid of 2, which is nice.
Isn't it?
Gets it out of the continuity, but I still want to, as I was complaining in the last level, I still want to finish that story arc.
Well, Capcom wouldn't let them.
I know.
Capcom actually told them, like, because when they first were told, you guys are gonna make Devil May Cry, they literally started sketching Devil May Cry in the style that we all know, like Dante looking like Dante, just doing all that stuff. And then Capcom stopped them and was like, wait, no, we asked you to do it because we want you to make Devil May Cry. If we wanted to make Devil May Cry 5, we'd have a bunch of Japanese guys doing that right now. We don't want that. We want you guys to infuse your own style. We want to see something new. Because, let's face it, the Japanese market really does feel like they're making stupid games.
I've always felt that way.
I know you've always felt that way. But a lot of us haven't. But now it seems like the Japanese market's going, well, these American games are selling better in Japan than our own games. A couple weeks ago, the newest Call of Duty hit Japan. That's the #1 selling game in Japan right now.
Really?
Yes, Black Ops 2 is the #1 selling game in Japan. And guess what? The rest of the games, Super Mario Bros. Wii U, Pokemon, like literally the staple of Japanese gaming, all has to bow down to Call of Duty.
Okay, Transit is a lot of fun, and you know it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, is that there's now a shift in the gaming industry where we're now purely Japanese games aren't really cutting it anymore. Like, there's got to be something new, and American games at least occasionally try to stride for new things.
We've got a good indie market.
Oh, we have a great indie market.
Making an indie game gets you pretty much in on the mainstream gaming market.
As long as you make a good indie game.
Yeah. Okay, if you're making an indie game to prove that you know how to make a game to get into the industry, it's perfect.
Yeah.
We've got the best market for that. But if you're making an indie game to make indie games, it's even better because indie games are nothing but quality because it's one or two or just a small group of people focusing on one thing for years, not just 6 months or up to 1 year developing a game and making the indie market is just that's where we are.
Yeah.
That's where I definitely wouldn't mind getting an industry job later, but for now I want to work in indie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the demo environments because that church was intense.
Oh yeah, no, I liked some of it. I'm really hoping that the whole game isn't about having to find cameras and break them. So
Probably
that you can
not.
get out. I'm really assuming it's not either.
I saw a couple cameras that I couldn't get to and kill. So it's not 100% about the cameras. I think that just might be like a fuck you to the demon government.
Yeah, I assume I'm just because I know we haven't seen much about all the other gameplay, and I mean. I don't mind the really cool trippy demon world, but if every level is about having to smash cameras so you can get out and then go to the next level where you get trapped again, then even I will call foul on DMC. I will make a big giant shame on you.
Okay. Okay, he's Devil Trigger. It's more than just white hair, I noticed.
Yeah.
When I was playing the game. His coat turns red.
Yeah.
He becomes classic Dante. That's his Devil Trigger now.
Yes, it's classic Dante.
Why?
I guess they just felt that looked cool.
I guess. The classic Dante did look cool. Not as... he looks shinier. He produces light now.
Well, he is apparently a Nephilim.
A Nephilim.
So he's part human, part angel. His mom's an angel now.
No, he's not part human, part angel.
Oh, part human,
that's the
part
actual.
angel.
That's the actual definition of a Nephilim.
No, a Nephilim is a human. Yeah, human and angel.
Yeah,
so,
human and angel. But
he's an angel demon.
Yeah, Sparta and Eve.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the demon?
I think that's what her name was.
It should have been human with a name like Eve.
But why did they? I'm curious as to why they changed that, because in the original thing, it was a human, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And then Mundus was like all like jealous and stuff, and then he like killed people.
Yeah. It's always.
I like that Mundus is a fat, ugly man in this. That guy in the news, I believe, is Mundus.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the trailers shows him in like a giant Tron face, like he's like in like all cyber.
Oh, I remember
cyberfied.
that,
yeah. So I'm just like, this is weird. I can't wait to play this.
Yep, looks like okay. Oh my god. Cry. Okay. I've got no more thoughts on the demo.
Pretty much I'm gonna play it. We think it's good. Obviously there are complaints. Some of them we understand.
Yeah.
Some of them are silly.
And some we just gotta see flesh out in the actual game.
Yes, because a demo can only tell you so much.
Exactly.
Like Brutal Legend.
Yeah.
A demo is such a cop-out. Oh, cool, it's an action platformer! Oh, it's an RTS.
It's an action platforming RTS.
I liked it back when it was action platformer.
Well, we can ask Tim Schafer to do a sequel with fan funding, and
I don't even want to know how much that would cost. The fan funding would go all to the soundtrack.
He wanted to make an adventure game, and he got a lot more money than he needed.
Yeah, but no one liked Brutal Legend as much as they like his adventure games.
True. I liked Brutal Legend.
For every one person who enjoyed Brutal Legend, 50 million enjoyed Monkey Island 2. Or Grim Fandango.
I haven't played that. You were supposed to let me borrow it a long time ago.
I can't find the disc, so we're gonna have to go the pirate route.
No, what are you talking about? We can't go the pirate route. Shut up.
Unless there's some
Gamer7 does not endorse pirating.
Yeah, kids, don't do it. Don't follow our lead.
Shh. We can get sued. Shut up. Shut up or I'll cut your head off.
Okay, so what's next on the...
Next on the agenda is Project A-ko.
All right, you watch Project A-ko.
Our craptastic entertainment.
Yeah.
So I watched Project A-ko.
And I didn't watch Tokyo Gore Police.
Yeah, we couldn't Netflix took it down, and we couldn't find a cheap enough copy to buy it. So
Worthy of the one-time view. So
we're gonna have to.
I'll have to postpone it until I can find a cheap copy and talk about it then. We might even actually have video by that point in time, so we can actually show the crazy, insane clips that you were speaking of.
Okay, so Project A-ko. It was a fun hour and a half.
Wasn't
I really have to say.
Early 90s anime at its finest.
Oh, the voice acting was incredibly terrible.
Oh, so terrible.
In the best, worst way possible.
I told you! It's so grating, but it's perfect grating. You can just follow it.
A-ko always slept in a button-up shirt. That seems uncomfortable to me.
Button-up shirt and undies.
Yep. No undies. She was always butt shot when she was like reaching up into the closet. So yeah, no undies, just button-up shirt. She was always late for school.
Yep, that was the subplot.
Yeah. Why didn't she set her alarm earlier once? Why didn't she just do that? And she has super speed too.
Superpowers.
Yep. That alien guy following her turning out to be an alien woman following her. That was pretty interesting. I don't like how Biko was just like, people cast me as the villain. I'm not the villain. When she's so clearly the villain. Was not... And then she's like, fine, people are going to cast me as the villain. Wha-bam! Villain outfit, which was just a metal thong, some bracers, and a metal bra.
Yep.
And boots. Boots, yeah.
Boots.
And that stupid helmet. I'm like, why don't you just go full on armor? You designed those robots. And she said, this suit will let me match you in speed, strength, and stamina. How? Can someone tell me how? I need to know how. And then the invasion of the alien woman. Woman. An entire species of aliens that's completely female.
Yes.
Even though they look like men.
Yes.
So stupid. Seiko. Why do these people want Seiko?
I don't know why anyone wants to be her friend.
She's so annoying. She keeps making lunch even though she can't cook. And she knows it. She even said, I poisoned myself. She cries all the time.
All the time.
She's a terrible student. She's like the dumbest person ever. Why do people want to be her friends? And fucking Biko just wanted to have sex with her, and that was obvious. The hentai roots of this are completely obvious.
They're obvious, but they're not so there where you're like, oh, I know where this is going, and then it doesn't go there. You're like, oh.
So all in all, if I had to give it a rating, like A, B, C, D, or F, well, I would give it a solid B, B plus, B plus.
A Biko plus?
A soft... Oh, God. a soft B plus, though. Like, you had 1 point over B. It's definitely good. I'll probably search out the other bits of it.
Yeah,
you said there were more movies.
There's 2 more movies, and I'm going to find those. It just... I got lucky in finding that one at a good price. Okay.
Yeah, well, those are my thoughts on Project A-ko. And with that, was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, but in another video coming up, I'll have my makeup for me not being able to watch Tokyo Gore Police. I watched an equally terrible movie, but I won't ruin that until it actually airs.
Whoa, okay, watch out for the short coming up called So That Just Happened.
Okay, so I think that's it for today's episode.
Okay.
I have no clue what we are going to talk about next, but we'll come up with an awesome topic.
Yeah, okay. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and a rating would be much appreciated.
Tell us if we suck. We would like to know.
Tell us if we suck. Tell us if we rule. Tell us something, for fuck's sake. Don't make me go and force every one of you against the screen.
You know what they're going to tell us? You curse too much. Just like in that Devil May Cry game.
Okay, alright. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time on Gamer7.